Awesome person. Give it up for Rachel Rouge.
How you guys doing? Good, yeah, I'm good. You're great, yeah. I'm also great. A couple of good things have been happening in my life. Want to hear about them?
Yes.
Good, because I was going to tell you about them anyway. On Tuesday, last Tuesday, I just turned 40. I'm sure you could already guess, because nothing says 40 like pigtails and a tutu, right? Also, another exciting thing that's happening is I'm soon going to get some elective surgery. Yeah. I'm going to get something surgically altered that I have absolutely no medical necessity to change. Yeah. I'm going to have, do some biceps. Any other guesses? Don't you dare. I'm having a elective laparoscopic nephrectomy. Yeah. I'm going to donate a kidney. I'm really just doing it for the attention, so thank you. Just want to spend the rest of my life feeling really smug, but without having to do yoga or eat kale. So I'm going to donate a kidney on Wednesday, like this Wednesday, as in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am going to donate a kidney. Yeah. And I know for you that probably sounds really fast, but it's actually a really, really long process. So it took me a year to decide to do it. And then I've had over a year of tests. And I can still get rejected. I can get rejected right up into the moment of surgery. In fact, even after surgery, my kidney can get rejected once it's already in the recipient. Like, imagine that. Imagine having part of your body rejected when it's not even a part of your body anymore. Like, that's gotta hurt. Obviously, it will hurt the recipient a lot more than it will hurt me. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of doctors. Slow down over there. I've been seeing a lot of doctors, and it turns out if you're not sick, doctors are actually really nice. Like, they've been listening, they've been answering my questions, they're pretending to care face, looks like an actually giving a fuck face. And because I don't have to convince them I'm sick, I'm slightly less prone to exaggeration. The whole kidney donor process is kind of much like being in, well, what I imagine would be like being a spy in a secret sleeper cell. I get a letter in the mail, like a postal letter, telling me what I need to do next. And I don't know when these letters are going to turn up. And sometimes the appointment's for 2 weeks in advance, sometimes it's months in advance, sometimes it tells me what the test is, sometimes it just tells me the location, like cardiology. And then there's like little instructions that read like code language, like do not wear an underwire bra. Or do not urinate for 1 hour before the appointment. And I've never seen the same person twice in this whole process. But I do have a really great donor coordination team who I can email at any time and ask questions. And I've been asking questions. Like, for example, the questions that I've randomly asked them are things like, so when you close my vein, that clip, is that made of metal or what? How's my kidney going to get to the recipient? Like, does it fly? Does Wellington Hospital have Wi-Fi? I've got to ask the important questions. Can I get a copy of my chest x-ray? So the answers to those questions are yes, titanium, probably probably an Air New Zealand scheduled flight. Yes, but you have to pay for it and ask radiology. I've been completing a series of tasks. Much like Hercules. I've had blood tests, urine tests, psychological evaluation, I've had a smear test, chest x-ray, CT angiogram. I had an electrocardiogram, which I thought sounded a lot like a stripogram, stripping out of a cardigan, but to electronic music. It wasn't. I had an echocardiogram, which I thought sounded like a stripper stripping out of a cardigan to electronic music, but with a reverb machine. It wasn't. One of these tests is called a renal functioning test, where I had to collect all of my urine over one 24-hour period into one 5-litre white plastic jerry can and then have a blood test. Which means I had to spend an entire day carrying around one 5-litre white plastic jerry can of my own piss. Twice. 5 litres is rather large. Like when I went to pick up the containers, they said to me, "Don't see this as a challenge." I saw this as a challenge. Part of the challenge was actually getting the urine into the container, of which I tried first just directly going for the jerry can. I don't have a penis. I mean, I actually have several penises, but they're not for that purpose. Yeah. So I worked out the system as I needed to get a smaller container and then kind of decant it in. I have since returned that container to the kitchen cupboard. My flatmates are none the wiser. Well, they might know now. I have been learning a lot about myself. I've got a super shy bladder, and like the sound of liquid echoing around a 5-litre plastic can is amplified, and also the echoing sound through the thin walls of my flat toilet or the cheap cubicle partitions of my office toilets. It had me peeing like a 70-year-old with an inflamed prostate. But on both occasions I managed to get over 3 litres. Smattering of applause for how much wee I can produce in one 24-hour period. Yes. I've learned a lot about myself. Like, I know all the bits on the outside. I've had this body for 40 years now. I know the warts, the moles, and I'm a crooked ankle and a bad tooth. But I'm now learning about all the stuff on the inside, which I had no idea about. I've got the glandular fever virus. I've got HPV. No surprises there. I've got a slight heart murmur. I've got high cholesterol, the good kind. I've got low blood pressure. I've got a couple of harmless cysts on my liver. I've got a redundant colon, which is not as bad as it sounds. And I've got 2 arteries coming out of, going into each kidney, which the doctor called an anatomical normal anomaly. Basically, I'm healthy. And you all probably have the same amount of weird shit going on inside you right now. You just don't know about it. Yeah. Do you know what the medical term is for something that's healthy and normal? Unremarkable. I've been told I have unremarkable lungs. And I've got an unremarkable diaphragm. And an unremarkable bladder. I'll have you know that my bladder is both weak and shy. Remarkably shy. I'm doing what's called a non-directed donation, so I don't know who the kidney's going to. It's just the next person on the waiting list. So it could be going to a complete arsehole, or a dickhead, or someone who thinks it's okay to put 2 spaces after a full stop. I don't know, and I've got no control over it. I've joined up with a Facebook group, which is living kidney donor Facebook group. It's really great for information and it's really useful and I love it. But it's equally full of very Jesus-y people who have saccharine comments with hashtags like #DonateLife, #KidneyAngel. Yeah, there's a whole lot of thanking God and praying for each other and not much thanking the centuries of incremental scientific innovation that's got us to the point that we can actually take a kidney out of a piece of offal, out of a human being and stick it into another human being and make it work. This blows my mind. I feel like I get to be part of this medical innovation. Even though kidney transplant surgeries have been actually going since the 1950s, I still feel like I'm on the breaking edge of medical science without having any kind of degree or medical expertise. It's awesome. I also kind of feel like that it's going to be antiquated quite soon. I'd like to think in the next 20 years we'll be doing something like 3D printing kidneys from stem cells or something like that. Anyway, I am super excited about it. And as long as I don't have to squat over another 5-litre white plastic jerry can, I'll be happy. Before I let you get back to your MC.